Whether you're a trainee teacher, a teacher in the classroom, a teacher trainer, or running your own business, I know you've come up against this situation. There's this thing on your to-do list. It's got to be done. It's a lot of work. A deadline is looming, and you keep putting it off. Sound familiar? If you want to know how I deal with this, keep watching. I'm Jo Gakonga from ELT Training. I've been in all of those situations and I know what procrastination feels like. I'm actually a person who always gets prepared well before deadlines, but this also gives me the possibility to keep putting things off. So a good example of this was when I was doing my PhD, especially in the writing phases. It's a mountain of work. I don't actually love academic writing very much, so it was a big task every time. I knew I had to get down to it, but somehow cleaning the kitchen always seemed much more urgent, or I would decide that if I went for a walk, I'd be able to get down to it after that. I know this is a common feeling, but a realisation that made it all much easier for me to handle, and I hope it might help you, is understanding that this kind of procrastination is actually part of the process of the work. So I have this image in my head of oxen plowing a field. I know it's a bit old-fashioned, but bear with me on this one. Now, once those oxen are ploughing, they're doing a job that's hard, but you can see the progress. But before they start to plough, they have to get all yoked up, and you can't start the work before you've done all of that yoking up. Another image in my head that helped was the idea of walking on the flat towards a mountain. You know you've got to climb the mountain, but you've got to get there first. So the main idea here is that the procrastination is part of the process. It's not a distraction from it. For me at least, it's a stage that I have to go through, and as soon as I started seeing it like that, it became much easier. I could see that although it felt like I wasn't doing anything towards the work, in a funny kind of way, I was, because this stage had to be gone through. And this meant that pretty soon I would be yoked up and ready to start ploughing, or at the bottom of the mountain and ready to start climbing. So for me, this thought helped really take the pressure off. It stopped me beating myself up about cleaning the kitchen, and it put a much more positive frame on the time when I wasn't actually doing the thing I was supposed to be doing. I was actually working, I just had to go through this phase in order to get to the work, to the real work. I don't know if that helps you or anyone else, but just in case it does, I offer it to you. And if you're at the stage of procrastinating about developing as a teacher, then go ahead and clean your kitchen, but then go to my website and have a look what I have to offer. Hope to see you there.